Alright, we're going to be talking about bottlenecks today. Sorry about the video. This was supposed to be an animation, but something happened and it doesn't work anymore, so I'm just going to talk you through the slides. So this is Craig, and he asks, how long does it take to wrap a mummy? And there's only one thing you guys say to that. It all depends on the bottleneck. The bottleneck of a system is the part of a supply chain that takes the longest time to process a certain product. It judges the overall capacity of the product, and a system is only as good as its bottleneck. This here is Martha, and she's going to be walking you through the process today. First, we need to discuss the individual stations in the process chain. The first station that we come across involves getting the human, preferably a dead one, and removing bodily fluids and organs in the body. This process takes 20 minutes to completely perform, and this means that the flow rate for this specific station is 3 bodies per hour, because each body takes 20 minutes. 60 divided by 20 is 3. As you can see, there's the organs and fluids, and he is dead, even though it doesn't look like he's dead. But they start the embalming in Station 1. In Station 2, this is where we begin to wrap up the body, the now embalmed body, with fabric to ensure his or her whole body is covered. This process takes 30 minutes per body to complete, which means it can only process 2 bodies per hour. This process takes longer than the first station, which means that the first station cannot be the bottleneck, and this one could be. The overall flow capacity as of now is 2 bodies per hour, because it takes longer for this process to happen than the first process to happen. And as you can see, it's getting ready for Christmas time as the wrapping of the mummy is beginning. And in Station 3, this is the third and final station of this process, and this is where an inspector looks over the newly mummified human to make sure everything is sealed and there is no sign of tears or leaks. This process only takes about 10 minutes to do, which means it has a flow rate of 6 bodies per hour. Now the question is, did you happen to catch what the bottleneck of all 3 stations was, and which one had the longest flow rate? If you had guessed that Station 2, then you would be absolutely correct. Station 1 could produce 1 ready-to-go body in 20 minutes, which translates to 3 bodies in an hour. Station 2 could produce 2 bodies per hour because it took 30 minutes per body, and Station 3 could produce 6 bodies per hour because it only took 10 minutes per body. This information tells you that no matter how fast one of the stations is working, the overall process capacity of the process is only as fast as the bottleneck. As you can see, there is a backup at Station 2 of the bodies waiting to get mummified. And that's what bottlenecks create. They create a backup of materials or products that will begin to build up at one station, and it slows down the rest of the process because they're waiting for the products to get passed through to the next station. And bottlenecks, however, are not always and are not strictly a bad thing, because all processes have a bottleneck in their flow, and it's pretty much unavoidable. The task is to work around the bottleneck and to maintain a constant flow of product that pleases the demand of the client or customer. Too much backup at a bottleneck station is bad, though, because it could cause inventory costs to skyrocket, and that's not something that you want to pay for because you don't have to pay for. Stop it. What happened?